Howdy folks, I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade. Welcome back to Final Fantasy VII. Last time we picked up a new party member, Yuffie, and I decided to go ahead and put her in the party as I looked over my party's limit breaks so far, and the only one who has not obviously learned any of their limit breaks is Yuffie. Everyone else has learned at least their second level 1 limit break. Cloud's obviously learned his first level 2 limit break, because he's been in the party for the longest time, which makes sense. So I decided to go ahead and bring Yuffie into the party and start working on her limit breaks. Again, Eris is going to stay in the party because I want to get her limit breaks up as fast as possible. So, we are ready to go ahead and move on. One thing I didn't do, and I'm going to go ahead and show this on screen, okay, I want to go ahead and go to the PHS. I'm going to switch Yuffie back out for Tifa, and I'm going to go into her equip. I'm going to change Tifa's weapon to the Grand Glove. If you remember, the Grand Glove is what we stole from the Madouge, or that big guy that was swinging the big ball and chain over his head, back in the Mithril Mines. So let's go and switch that out. That way that's done. We already changed Yuffie's weapon out. So Tifa for Yuffie, she already has a boomerang equipped. And as far as the material that she has on her, I went ahead and just pretty much transferred everything that Red had straight over to Yuffie. So Yuffie has poison, steel, lightning, and she had extra slots, so I went in and put the ice material on her, just to gain AP on it, and selling it later. And then for her multi-targeting magic, she'll have Fire All and Restore. So nothing else has changed. I put Cloud in the middle because, like I said, I like kind of having the different character, which in this case, Cloud is being the only male in the party, being in the middle. It's kind of an OCD thing. It's not really important. I just like to have it that way. So nothing else has changed except Yuffie is now in the party in place of Red. And she's furied because I want her to work on her limit breaks. So, we are done with everything we need to do here. We don't need to go back to Fort Condor anymore or anything like that. We're now ready to head straight to Junon Harbor. And like he said, follow the coastline to get there, but you don't really need to follow the coastline. If you head this way, you see right at the top of the screen, you see that little tiny stick sticking out of that top of the hill right there. That's Junon. So just kind of head for that little hill. That's the hill that the guy was talking about. We got into a little battle here to see what we got. Anything new here? Okay, I think these guys are new, the little guys in front. These are called Sephiroth, which I don't think has anything to do with Sephiroth at all. We're going to go ahead and have Yuffie take a couple of hits here, let her work on her limit breaks. These guys don't do too much damage. Obviously, we have the Impulse in the back, the guy we dealt with in the past, right back at the forest. If you didn't get a boomerang from the forests, it's going to do a healing wind here. If you didn't get a boomerang from the blue impulses in the forest where we picked up Yuffie, you can go ahead and steal it from this guy here. Yuffie's limit is charged. We're going to have her cast Grease Lightning on the formula in the back row. And we get an achievement unlocked, as you can see, for using Grease Lightning, which is her, obviously, first limit break. Alright, we're going to finish these guys off real fast. I think these new Sephiroths, the guys in the front, I think they're resistant to fire, which is why they're casting fire, but just simple attacks will be enough to kill them, so just, and you see they're casting Heat Wing here. There's no special enemy skills that we're trying to learn right now or anything, we're just trying to get to Junon. We've done everything, almost all the optional stuff we can do right now, pretty much up to this point. Like I said, I could have done a battle at Fort Condor, but you get you actually have to buy the soldiers that actually do the fighting. You don't get to fight yourself, as I explained. But the soldiers you buy in order to do the fighting, they vary per fight. So like that first fight there, you only get like a small handful of soldiers. When you get to the final fight, which is actually the storyline battle, you'll get a lot more variety of soldiers to command. Which is one of the reasons why I want to wait till the final battle to show that off. But like I said, you can go back to Fort Condor multiple times throughout the game. If you fought the first battle there, as soon as you get to Fort Condor, you won't be able to fight again until you get to Junon. Once you get into Junon, another battle is available at Fort Condor. So we're almost here. Let's go ahead and head in. Actually, before we actually head into Junon, let me go ahead and throw down a quick save here. I know I've only gone like 10 feet and made no progress except for that little bit of experience fighting those 3 enemies there, but I always want to save just in case shit happens, so be right back. Alright, we're back. Let's go ahead and head on to Junon now. So run down. Alright, now that you've entered Junon, I believe that this is now another point to fight another battle at Fort Condor. So, once you enter, you can just turn around and leave and go right back to Fort Condor to fight another battle. So what we're going to do now, there's really nothing we can do here. There's a shop here, he's got really nothing of interest. He's got like I think he's got some grenade, I guess I can at least look to at least show it off, but he's really got nothing good. Certainly no upgradable weapons or anything, or upgraded weapons that are better than what we have. He's got a mithril armlet, which, since we have the carbon bangles that we got from back in Midgar, they are obviously way better than these mithril armlets, so that's useless. He's got a few items here: grenades, phoenix downs. I'm gonna go ahead and buy 5 more phoenix downs. Since I have plenty of them. I got 8,000 gil now. I'll go ahead and buy the phoenix downs just so I have some insurance. I got 1 tent. Let me go ahead and buy 3 more tents. Okay, that gives me 4 tents. I'm okay with that. 6 potions, that's fine. Okay. Again, you didn't have to really do any of that. I just like to have a little insurance on those items. And other than that, you don't have to come in here at all. He really has nothing. You can talk to these people. They really have nothing interesting to say. I don't think any of these buildings you can go into. What's this guy up here? Okay, so either Sephiroth hasn't been through here, or just nobody saw him. Alright, what about in here? Can we go in here? No. Oh, we can go in here. Okay. I guess there's nothing in here. I actually never came in here before, so I didn't know if there was anything in here. I don't think there is, though. Okay. Alright, let's go on out. Okay. The only thing we can really do here once you enter Junon is just come down here to the south. And another reason I say before going into Junon is because there's a boss fight. Let's see. My stats are fine. I'm a little bit low on health with a couple of characters. That's just because they took a hit. But I'm okay. I don't need to take a rest. But if you wanted to, it would be a good idea to probably go ahead and throw down a tent before entering Junon, because you're going to come down here and there's going to be a boss fight. So the little girl's name is Priscilla. She's trying to get a dolphin to say her name. Okay. No, we certainly don't. Now, granted, Cloud's wearing a Shinra soldier outfit, but, So she doesn't believe us. Okay. Well, whatever. And here comes the boss. And for some reason the girl decides to run right at the giant monster. And of course we have to play hero. Here we go. This boss is called Bottom Swell. He's obviously aquatic, so he's going to be weak to lightning, I believe. As you damage him, his tail is going to get a little bit longer, so let's just start off with straight up thunder attacks. Magic, thunder, magic, thunder. Kind of pretty much just keep looping your thunder attacks. If you got a limit break, go ahead and use it. As you do damage to him, his tail will get a little bit longer, and I believe every time he does his tail attack, it'll do a little bit more damage. The most important thing you need to worry about is it's when he'll cast an ability where he'll put a bubble of water around one of your characters. And basically what that bubble will do is similar to the pyramid that Reno did back in Midgar. The difference being the bubble that he casts on you will do damage to you over time. Very, very slow, but it does damage to you over time. And you have to, in order to clear the bubble, you have to attack the bubble. Well, again, the difference being, whereas in Midgar, all you have to do is put the target reticle over the target that has been pyramided, that's been hit with the pyramid. You don't have to worry about hitting your ally. Here, you do have to. If the bubble, it's like this case right here, Yuffie's just been bubbled. Now, when I target her to remove the bubble, I actually have to make sure that I target the bubble. There we go. Oh, almost had it. Right there. I have to make sure I target the bubble, because I could accidentally target Yuffie. I'll hit Yuffie and not the bubble. There we go. Hit it once, and... oh, it didn't work. I wonder why I didn't... How did she do 0 damage to it? It's kind of odd. I've never seen it before. But since you're casting thunder magic on thunder magic, you'll actually end up hitting all. That's the downside of having all attached to thunder at this point. As you'll cast thunder, you'll hit the enemy as well as the bubble, but also hit whoever is bubbled. In this case, was Yuffie. Let's go ahead and use thunder all again. Now I don't have to worry about that. Have Eris go ahead and use her cure all here. Doesn't matter, she just got bubbled, so she's useless for a minute. That's why I have Yuffie cure herself. You see Eris is losing HP over time. So you get Cloud. Cloud is going to target the bubble again. Water polo. What the hell is going on? Why can't I actually do damage to it? That's just never happened before. I don't understand why. I don't know what I'm missing here. Well, she's down. Let me go ahead and Phoenix down on her. I don't know what I'm forgetting, but usually you just attack the bubble and the bubble will pop and go away. Thunder. Alright, magic, thunder. Usually, also another thing that this boss will do is he has a final attack just like Apps did back in Midgar as well, Don Corneo's pet. He will cast a wide water attack that will hit all enemies, and then Cloud's down. Damn it! At least the bubble disappeared. Here's Big Wave. He'll cast this attack when it's his final attack, and then he'll die. We need to use another Phoenix down here. There's Phoenix down on Cloud. Yuffie's got a limit break. Go ahead and have her use that to get that in there. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with this boss. I usually don't. Thunder. Here's Big Wave again. Cloud might not survive it. Okay, he's doing fine. And there we go. He cast Big Wave with his final attack, and now he's dead. So we got him. Alright. I really made that boss look a lot harder than he actually was. I don't know why I had so much issue with bottoms with those bubbles, but I got it. You get the idea behind it. You got to bust the bubble in order to free the character. I thought attacking it would do it. Maybe you have to hit it with lightning, but it's kind of confused. But oh well. How did you find out she's not breathing by putting your hand on her head? Why can't he do it? We've got 4 adults here. Why does it have to be Cloud as the only one that doesn't do CPR? Okay, this little mini game here. It's kind of monotonous, but all you gotta do is press the switch button. What you're gonna do, you can't fail this. But the easiest thing to do is press switch once. You're gonna need to wait a moment, because if you press it again, thinking it didn't work, it'll immediately breathe out and it won't work. So you press switch once, and then he'll start breathing in. And you're gonna make sure you wait a moment after you press switch before he starts breathing. You want to get the bar to get all the way to the top into that little reddish zone, all the way up there. A little more. Alright, right there, and hit it. Hit switch again, breathe out. He'll say no, then you do it again. And as long as you get that bar all the way to the top of the lungs, you need to do it 5 times. That's the minimum that you can do, as long as you make sure you get the bar all the way to the top. A little more, one more time, and switch. That's 2. This is one of the most monotonous, most boring mini games I think I've ever seen. A little more, and switch. That's 3, I think. I may have lost count already. And that's 4. Yeah, this should do it once as long as we fill up the lungs to maximum. A little more. There we go. That should do it. That should wake her up. There we go. The old man will carry her off, and our job here is done. Now, I could be wrong about this because there's a lot of battles at Fort Condor that happen really quick in this moment here while we're here in Junon. I think right now that we've beaten Bottom Swell, I think there is another battle available at Fort Condor. So if you fought the battle before you went to fight Bottom Swell, you can go fight another one now that Bottom Swell has been defeated. Alright, let's go over here. We can't, Priscilla, this is actually Priscilla's house up here where we went to earlier. We can't see or anything. This guy won't let us in. She needs to rest, obviously. So the only thing we can do is we can try to leave. Or, actually, we don't have to try to leave at all. We can come down here, talk to this lady here in the red dress. Assuming you don't want to go fight that battle at Fort Condor. If you do, by all means, go ahead. Once you come back, you can talk to her, and she'll let you into her house, and you can use the beds to rest. So basically you get a free hotel here. Okay, if you say, we'll try later, this gives you the opportunity in case you went to her by mistake and wanted to go fight that battle at Fort Condor. You can, we'll try later, you can go do that battle, and then come back. But if you're ready to move on with the plot, which is what this is going to do, you need to say, let's rest, which is what we're going to do, so let's rest. We get, like I said, a free in, and we get a little flashback conversation here. Our old friend the Darkness is talking to us again. "5 years ago. Yeah. What does that mean? Okay. Alright, well, yeah, try asking. That's a good idea. And get up. Music has changed. The other time. They didn't really... I think there may be some slight mistranslation errors here because these questions were very vague. And we completely immediately forget about the conversation. Yeah. Because we have awesome music going on outside. Oh, okay, I don't want to call it awesome, but it's more upbeat than it was when we first got here. Okay, here's something else that you should know about these battles at Fort Condor. There is another battle available at Fort Condor right now. Yes. That's why I wanted to remind you if you wanted to go fight at Fort Condor, that was the time to do it before actually resting. Because once you rest, there is another battle available, and here's the downside. You're by yourself. You have no party with you, and the PHS, as you can see, is not available. Cloud must go all the way back to Fort Condor by himself. Not that hard because the enemies can be beaten or you can just simply run away without too much trouble. Especially if you have a magic skill attached to an all material. It wouldn't be that hard to get out there, I would think. But now is the time for you to go back to Fort Condor for another battle. But just again, remember, getting out there means having to go with Cloud by himself. You have no party members to assist you. Let's go over here with the rest of our group. Dr. Eris. Okay, how about Tifa? Yep. This is one of the few times that the music of the game is actually noticed by the characters in game. Red? How about Yuffie? Okay. Now, we need to go up the stairs here, and we get about halfway up. Priscilla comes out all nice and healthy and alive. Well, we watch her come down the stairs. And as a reward for rescuing her, we get an amulet. No, it's not really an amulet. It's actually the Shiva materia. We get the ice summon of the game. If you did not go to the Chocobo Corral, the Chocobo Ranch, and pick up the Chocobog materia there from the Chocobos there, this would probably be the first summon you would get. But it is a summon materia. A materia I probably won't be using because it's they're really not that much more powerful than the standard magic materia. They're expensive, and the animations take forever. The reception for the new Shinra president, huh? I'm sure you do, Barrett. Mm-hmm. Now, this is kind of just out of the blue, but Yara is saying, we're thinking about crossing the ocean from here, too. Okay, when did we ever discuss crossing the ocean? We never really did that. So I gotta say, maybe a little picking apart of the storyline here. Obviously, we went to a beachside city, so our objective is probably going to be to cross the ocean. Maybe that was kind of a given thing that it's just kind of understood, but it's never really said, okay, we're going to Junon because we want to cross the ocean. The last we heard, Sephiroth was just going to Junon. We didn't actually say that Sephiroth was crossing the ocean. That was from the Turks back in Mithril Mine. See, again, and this is quoted assuming by Eris because she's the one that just spoke. If you're like, asked a question, then asked another question. Yeah, we didn't really explain that we didn't kill Rufus. We just kind of beat him up with a sword a few times. Actually, we poisoned him, killed his dog, and then he flew away on a helicopter. That sounds bad. So we're going to ride a dolphin to the top of a tower? How's this going to work? Wait, what? What the hell? I'm with you, Cloud. Wait a minute. Why do everybody suddenly volunteer me for the dangerous work? Just because I'm a former soldier, the strongest one here, and yeah, looking at the options of people around me, I'm probably the only choice for climbing this tower. You really don't see Yuffie trying to climb the tower. Red probably can't because he's a dog. No offense to the puppy. Barrett can't climb anything. He's only got one hand. Between Eris and Tifa, probably the only other person that could climb the tower would be Tifa. But, of course, we can't have Tifa do it. Then again, maybe she couldn't climb the tower because of her big... Never mind. We're going to go ahead and just go on down here to the coast and catch up with Priscilla. I don't know if you guys were able to hear that quick sound effect, but there's like a little whistle in there that she does, that whenever she blows the whistle, the dolphin apparently likes to jump. So she gives us another gift. This time it's a whistle. This item we don't actually get put in our inventory or anything. It's just kind of a storyline kind of item. It doesn't even go in our key items list. We press switch to call the dolphin. Go to the top of the pole, yeah. Alright, so as you can see what's going on here just by the conversation here, we obviously will not have the PHS with us. We are going to be by ourselves for a good while of the story for a little bit. So, We want to shove towards the dolphin. If you say, I'll pass, you get the opportunity to go back and do anything you need to do. Like, for example, go back to that battle at Fort Condor. Once you finish the battle at Fort Condor and get back here, you're pretty much done with Fort Condor battles from this side of the ocean. Once we cross the ocean, there'll be a few more times where Fort Condor battles will become available over and over again like this. And this is just what I've heard. I've never fought any battles at Fort Condor outside the one that's required by the storyline because I really had no interest in it. Like I said, the items that you get are minuscule at best. Maybe a potion, maybe an elixir. I'm not even sure you get anything really good like a mega elixir. I don't even think you get anything that good. So if you want to go back and do that battle, you need to say, I'll pass. If you're ready to move on, you say, sure. So we're going to go ahead and say sure because we're ready to move on. Now, there's a couple of tricks to this, and I think if I do this right, we don't start with by not moving at all and press the switch button just right away. He'll try to kick us up here. We'll miss. And then, okay, what you want to do... First of all, let me explain this, how this little minigame works. You kind of saw what happened here. The dolphin picked us up. We need to try to get Cloud on this metal rod that's sticking out right here in the middle of the screen. What you don't want to do is toward the shiny gold area where the sun's shining. You see this electrical pulse going down the metal tower. What you don't want to do is you don't want to go anywhere near that. If you do, the game will flash. You'll end up getting electrocuted and end up on the coast again next to Priscilla. So we don't want to do that. I don't know if you take any health damage or not, but regardless, you don't want to do it. All right. So if I do this little trick right, as soon as you start, you hit switch once, let him pick you up in the air. You're going to miss, obviously. Now what we want to do is we're going to go up just a little bit, and we try switch again, and okay, we just missed. May not have gone up far enough, maybe we went up too far, but anyway, let's see if I can get it right this time. Right about here, switch, and almost there. Okay, let's try it again. Try a little bit closer to the, maybe we should go a little bit left instead of up. Can't remember exactly. I used to be able to get this in 2 tries. I hit switch once. There we go. Hit switch once. You're obviously going to miss. And then you move just a little bit to... I thought it was up, but I guess it's a little bit left. Hit switch again, and it'll put you right on the rod. Once you're here, you're good to go. Go up the rod. Cloud will automatically jump over and immediately start climbing up. And we made it to the top of the tower. We're now officially in Junon. And we get a nice big view of a really, really big airship. Alright, once we gain control of Cloud here, again, just run toward the screen. Nothing else we can do here. Then we went over here, you can see right in the middle of the screen, run toward this chest here. This chest, unfortunately, is not a treasure chest. It's actually just a switch, which lowers this platform. So actually, they include like a 2.5 second FMV there for that little platform. Come down here to this little entrance here. And some interesting things are about to happen. Alright, there's a save point just right down to the right of us, but we can't go there because no matter what we do, this guy won't let us go anywhere. Yeah, we have to actually follow this guy now. So let's go into this locker room here. Apparently we have successfully infiltrated the Shinra ranks, and we're now a Shinra soldier again. So when you talk to this open locker here, you need to say don't. You need to say change. Say don't change. Nothing's going to happen. There's nothing you can do here. You have to hit change. He's going to go off screen here. Because God forbid we see any nudity. How can you put any polygonal nudity in this game, though? I just think about this in 1997. What kind of nudity could you possibly see? And there we go. You're now looking like a Shinra soldier. Reading procedure. Well, the fact I also shrug my shoulders usually probably means I don't know. There's nothing really that interesting going on here. They're going to sing for us the lyrics version of the musical tune we've been listening to. I'm going to just skip all that because there's no need to watch all this. We'll just say all clear because we got it. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be joining a parade in line, and we need to move along with the parade troops. That's still a little bit of ways, so there's nothing really major we have to do. No special button presses or anything, at least not for this minigame. There'll be another minigame we do in a minute that's going to be a little more complex. Alright, let's head out now. You can see the big red banners hanging off the structures here, and you can't really tell because again it's 1997 graphics. The banners say Rufus on them. There's the parade led by Heidegger. There's Rufus in the car, and we need to end up joining one of these groups that are marching like this. All right. We are somewhat free to roam, do what we want to do. So I'm going to come over here and throw down a quick save, and we will continue this little mini-game in the next episode of Final Fantasy VII. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching. I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade. I'll see you later.